You're the ginger. You stand out more. My hairline's receding enough, so yeah.
You want to give the people that, or like?
It's dog
That's
shit.
not too bad.
It's quite bad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a very much kind of temporary version of the podcast. It's episode 17. Got a returning guest on the go, Ollie Greswell.
Howdy.
I'm back in my hometown, back in Beverly boys. How's it feel to be, recording? I feel like when we record, Ollie, we're in Manchester, we're by ourselves. Now we're in our home. Does it feel different?
The setup was more of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, logging it all back. But hey, September's around, Ollie. People going back to uni. You're going back to uni, right?
Yes, final year.
Year. Yeah, you sound like really sad about it. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to have to get a job.
Right, sure.
Yeah, I don't want to have to apply for jobs or get a job.
Yeah, the applying bit's quite annoying, right? Because I feel like nowadays, have you seen recently? I just feel like application forms have become so long. Like they'll say, "Oh, here, hand in your CV," but then answer like 30 questions, and that just strokes me the wrong way. Don't ask for my CV. Let me do the questions. Or
I get you. It's kind of like just ticking off all twice, isn't it? But
yeah. I can get it. You can really get downhill sometimes, for me anyway, just applying for job applications and then just not hearing it. That is the most like disheartening thing. Yeah,
the thing is, like, I find that's really disheartening, but it kind of hurts a bit more when like you've got to the interview stage and then because I was applying for a tutor thing. Well, yeah, that happened, but it was like that was the first time it had really gotten that far. And I was like, at first I thought I was like, oh, it'd be nice, but I don't really care too much, especially because that's when it was around then that I got offered the job that I have now. But so I was like, oh well, I get money either way. But no, it's still it sucked because it's like, okay, now they actually have met me, but. Oh well. Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah, maybe that's why with the online interviewing, it's much more easier to just dispose of people because there's none of that connection. You feel you can hide away. Really, it's much easier to employ people. Probably, I don't know. I always must find that weird as an employee though, just employing people through online interviews and not meeting them face. Would you want to meet them face to face?
Probably, because you get a better feel of the people, but like at the same time, it's an interview. You don't really get to know people, do you? Yeah,
you get to know. Well, I don't think you do, right? I don't think you ever get to know the true person at work. Have you ever been at work and like someone's told you about their like irritable bowel syndrome? They don't go on about like.
I think people do get to know each other at work.
Not
like, especially but like the jobs that we've been have been most like side things, haven't they?
Yeah.
So not really there, but like.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so now, Ollie, you're looking into jobs and stuff. What if I asked you, compare yourself now to how you were when you did start uni? Like, people going back to uni now, or some people might even be starting university this year, college for those across the sea. Do
you have many viewers across the sea?
Probably many viewers in the sea as well, maybe. How do you feel about that? Like, do you feel as if today you're going to guide people? Like, are you maybe their spirit, their kind of what do you call like prophet, university prophet? I feel like
you can't follow what I've done. I've put in fuck all effort, really. Yeah, compared to what I should have. No.
What was your lifestyle like at uni, man?
Well, it's been a bit more different recently because I've been working, but before that, it was just kind of like wake up whenever.
Yeah,
maybe do an hour or two of work, then watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Then go out with my mates and get too pissed. So yeah, it wasn't the most responsible way of doing it. But so I feel like I've actually probably regressed in that sense throughout uni. I had much bigger work ethic at the start, sort of thing.
Work ethic and drinking was bigger at the start.
Oh, well, yeah, because it was like lockdown. So you were drinking in your flat, but you weren't drinking like pub shit, were you? So it's just a lot cheaper. So
yeah, that you could drink more, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Damn, it's more acceptable to drink in your house. Like was it 2020? If you saw someone drinking a pint by themselves in the house, they were cool, but now you're an alcoholic, you know? A few years have passed.
I think if you're doing it by yourself,
yeah,
it's a problem either way, but...
Is it? I feel like there was a lot of people drinking by themselves in lockdown, you know?
Are there?
Yeah.
I don't,
well, I don't know.
Well, right, my parents have never been big drinkers, so
right.
it was around
So
then.
why are you a massive alcoholic then?
Well, I social drink.
Right.
Like I don't really.
Yeah, I'm taking the piss by the way, but no. But me and Ollie, we in our friendship, we'd probably be the two big drinkers if we were amongst our hometown friends, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, we were at our mate's party. A week ago,
right?
2 weeks ago, I don't know.
Yeah,
but yeah. I don't really massively remember it,
right?
But I kind of got. I do most of it, but I got the feeling we'd gotten through a lot more than everyone else,
right? Yeah. I don't know. This gets to past a certain point where I think certain people have like stages of the night. They'll get to 11, go home. I think for me, I feel like, I don't know why. I know there's a morning, but I kind of don't want it to come. Maybe that's some deep rooted kind of therapy I need to go through. I do think
maybe it's just because the hangover's coming in the morning.
Yeah. Do you ever think you need to go? Recently, I've been thinking I need to go to therapy. Like, just, I don't know, I've just been having certain thoughts, and I think nothing can come bad of it, you know?
No, it is a good idea, yeah.
Have you ever thought about needing therapy? Is that normal, you know? Have you ever...
I've not a proper therapy, but I've like...
You've talked to
had like... No, I've through uni, I've had like a couple of...
Oh, nice, yeah.
Like sessions with people. It was more counselling, not like a proper therapy thing, but it's fucking expensive to get. Not through the uni, because that was just like free counselling stuff through the uni. Yeah. But like actual therapy is like shit expensive, isn't it? I say that I've never actually looked into it.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's been expensive
to go private. It is as well. It's just classic. Well, in the UK, if you want to go anywhere free, it takes a lot of time. Like the NHS is overrun. Yeah, and I think it's the same in therapy. But we're hoping you guys listening, if you're going to uni, that you won't need therapy after it. You know. I'm not saying that I need therapy now after it or anything, but
they do. One of the few places that actually do offer it for free.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you starting off uni, Ollie, describe it, and was there anything kind of different, like what you expected versus what happened? Like expectation versus reality, you know?
When I first went.
Yeah, man.
Well, when I first went, it was COVID, so it was completely different. Yeah. Really, so I went and I kind of presumed that there would be like, because it was like COVID, it would basically you'd be limited to just your flat, but you know, pubs were open and stuff still, so you could still like socialize with other people as well. Like it was, and then like, you know, lots of like places did just break the lockdown rules in the uni halls and stuff. And Manchester's, which where I'm at, wasn't the strictest sort of thing. So it was nice that we could still socialize and stuff.
It was kind of do you think like it was a more concentrated version of like that uni life, because you were in halls during COVID, right? And like no one was going out, or maybe people were, but more people were in, so surely just more kind of house parties went on, more like everyone was a bit wilder.
And because like nothing, obviously the drinking costs money, but you so much less than buying drinks at like a pub or a club or anything. So it meant that people, and obviously it was first year, so we were a lot less busy, full stop. That we did like have parties more and stuff. And I felt there was more theme parties as well, because that broke it up a little bit from just being just being like another flat party in one flat that looks identical to all the others around it. Because I mean, you've been to my halls. It looked prison like. I'd
like to hope that the anybody going into uni, that you don't have to live in the state where Ollie lived. Ollie lived in kind of a prison like kind of area. Could you survive there now? Like, think of you now. How could you survive first year now, and would you enjoy it as much? Because like, I feel like it is just a one-time thing, right? Like that. I feel like if I went back into first year now and I was a first year, I don't know, maybe I would enjoy it. I don't know.
I think I'd enjoy it still.
Yeah.
But I prefer the situation that I'm in now, definitely. If like, I wouldn't have a bad time. I'd enjoy it, but I'd much rather be out of uni. Well, no, not out of uni.
On the home stretch.
Halls, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get you. I think for me, uni was well, I don't know. I got into a relationship after the first year, so I had like a first year like classic conventional uni. But yeah, I think you just the thing when I do episodes with you, Ollie, you laugh, you know. Anyway, what I was trying to say was Ollie and I, you were kind of single from most of uni. I'm guessing, kind of.
No, a year. And I've done 3.
Okay, yeah.
And to be honest, a bit less than it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to kind of get a vibe of what uni will be now, though, because you're saying, oh, it was COVID, so it's different.
Yeah.
I think there is like that COVID generation now, when most people are a little bit more socially awkward. Like, there's still remnants of that. Like, it will never be the same before COVID. I think ever, right? There'll always be that everyone's a bit more socially awkward now. I feel like. Well,
like my family teachers and stuff, and they said that like the year 7s that are coming through now are just like it's so much more difficult to get them to like interact with people, sort of thing, because they're all just like they did like the year 5, 6 stuff in lockdown instead.
Yeah, so. Like human interact. What do you like? Engagement in conversation,
like engaging with the class and stuff like that. And that primary years obviously when you do a lot of your development stuff. I mean, not that I'm a expert on mind development, but
are we slowly just seeing like a wall that I'm just seeing an extrapolated version of that? It will just get to the end game of Wall-E, where everyone's just sat in chairs, just on their phone or looking at screens.
I mean, I wouldn't hate that. That would be they all have fun in it.
Like they're having fun. They're dying quite quickly, but fun while it lasts.
But if you have a fun life, it's yeah.
And if everyone's like that, probably a skinny guy. I've always thought, what if there was a skinny guy in that Wall-E spaceship? Everyone would probably think he's weird.
Yeah. I mean, they would probably... Do you reckon in Wall-E that all the people would have, like, what would be considered like an attractive person would be like a really fat person?
Yeah, I think it would probably be, what, the fatter you are? What would it be?
Possibly, because like in the Middle Ages, like fat people, not like morbidly obese people,
but like big,
podgier people.
Yeah,
that was considered more attractive because they were the wealthy people.
Yeah, maybe it'll go full circle. Maybe it will be the fat guys.
I doubt we'll go to
no, but like you're world. Saying that people who used to be able to afford to eat and could actually eat the right amount of food or too much food would have a higher social status in Wall-E. Goes down the line, but I don't know. I know. Going back to that school thing. Do you think they'll just keep getting more extreme and extreme? I just imagine what maybe a guy who's a boy who's like 5 now, he goes to like college or university, what it would be like.
To be honest, I reckon ones that are like 5, it'll be all right for them because their lockdown stuff was before they were in school.
Yeah, but I'm just saying all as a knock-on effect, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Them 2 or 3 years probably has a massive effect on just the average social, like, kind of, I don't know. And you see that anyway before with social media and stuff, people having less real life interactions, right?
Yeah, I mean, did people have less real life? I suppose, right? No, we did. I spent years of my life just on my computer.
Yeah.
But because, like, it was different. Like, you were talking to people, like, that makes it sound weirder than it is.
I was talking to my friends online, yeah. No, that's
but no, like your mates that you'd know in real life and stuff. But obviously not quite as ideal as actually seeing them in person. But
I don't know, man. There was it also, when you go to uni, I feel like it is very much dependent on who you're living with. So in the UK, most of the time, if you're moving into halls, you get chucked in with a random 5, or I think
mine was 8, which was nice.
Like random 5 to 10, let's say. But the funny thing was, we had like a messaging thing on our like hall's website, and you could message the people. And I think I only got one message from the person, and so that was what I was basing my whole thing off. But it's interesting because that can make or break a year, because I feel like you can, first year, there is a lot of shit that happened in my like halls, a lot of memories from that, right?
Yeah. And like, I mean, some people that I knew just got put in like crappy flats, and as a result, because for us it was legitimately a lot harder to make friends and stuff outside of the flat because there were no like societies, and you weren't. Yours might have been a bit different, but for me there was no in-person stuff. Yeah, so it was like it just wasn't. You couldn't as easily make friends on your course, and then no societies. So if you didn't get a decent flat, people were a bit screwed over there. Yeah, it's just luck, right? But what would you say advice if people do get stuck with that? Look, Ollie, man, arrived at uni, man. I've got like an incel in room to the left of me. I've got like someone who plays RuneScape. Like no one's really talking to me. Ollie, what do I do? I mean, I think at that point it is just societies are the way forward on it, because there's a lot of them. There's super niche things. There's plenty of shit that I've never heard of on them. Yeah, but Quidditch Society. Maybe even a society. There probably is a. They will probably not be. Society. Oh wait, no, I was meaning anime. Sorry, I meant to say anime. My bad. There will be anime societies. When two brain wires cross over there, and it's a little bit messed up. I think that's just a Freudian slip, Eddie. Right, a little slip there, but we keep it. It's an open form, long form podcast, and that's what they hear because of that, right? Yeah. It's kind of incriminating yourself. If you can say that's a downside, I kind of say it's just authenticity. I think you've just incriminated yourself. Don't worry. Because I mentioned a category. Okay. But right, you said Quidditch. Yeah. Did you know the sport? Yeah, Quidditch has changed its name now. To what? It is some like quad ball or cue ball or something like that because they don't want to be associated with Rowling anymore. Fuck me, man! Changed the whole sport. Damn, she's influential. Yeah, I don't know. So did she write? Yeah, she must have wrote the sport as well. So I guess people are like, no. My friend's in a band, and he actually wrote a song called "JK, Are You Okay?" It's a pretty good song. Yeah, it's a lot. I think the left are pretty. Are they still annoyed, or is it kind of just blown over? I mean, I think it's less annoyed and more just dislike at this point because it's like, oh well, no, I say that. I think recently it's come out in the past few days that she retweeted something where it was basically like someone said, well, at least the Taliban know what women are, and she like retweeted that, and it's like, well, okay, I think why? Well, why are you back in the Taliban here? I don't know, man. I don't really know much about her life, but it did shock me a bit, because Harry Potter, there wasn't just white people in that. Well, I know she probably wrote a book, so you don't really know the race, but I guess. There's people with the races mentioned in it. Really, yeah. Was there did anybody like pick up that she was what are people calling her? I'm not going to call her. She was very right winged. Yeah. Was there signs from that in her writing, or was this like a new thing that came out the last 5 years? Well, I mean, there's not really. I don't think there's necessarily transphobia stuff in the writing, but when you look back at it, it is kind of like, well, the elves in it are a slave race. Right. They're a race that lives to be enslaved. And then when Hermione's talking about trying to free them, she's made fun of by everyone in it because she doesn't want there to be slaves. Right. Yeah. Okay. Hermione, with the wisdom, really. Yeah. Slavery is bad. Controversial take. Never thought about that. Damn, and like even Harry and Ron were just laughing at that. Yeah. Like maybe, well, we don't know. Maybe maybe there's a reason they got slaved. These elves they may have killed. Like it. They like it. Okay. Apparently. Fair. Yeah. I mean, it's very different talking about elves compared to like a race or a real human. Yeah. I mean, this is all fictitious, but yes, it is. What I was trying to say, it is quite interesting that now you see her saying that if anybody picked up on the signs in her writing, but I doubt because everything is drawn upon inspiration. Like I think if I wrote a novel, you could probably tell it was written by me. Like if I handed you a book, if I handed you a book, Eddie's definitely written there. Yeah. I feel like you could tell. Right. You know, fucking Cars references in it, mate. Yeah, that would be kind of what's called when pirate. That would just be piracy. That I wouldn't be allowed to kind of rehash that. Cars. You'd open a random page and someone would just be saying "Ka-chow." Yeah, I mean that's good onomatopoeia. I think that is one of the best onomatopoeias. That Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow. It's not an onomatopoeia. He just says ka-chow.
Oh, it's like a catchphrase. Like, yeah. I thought ka-chow was like, oh yeah, fuck. I can't believe I messed up.
Onomatopoeia is like
a sound, like a bang, bang pow.
Yeah.
I thought ka-chow was kind of like that, you know, as they say, ka-chow, you know? No? Okay, man. Just because you're doing 4 years and I'm doing 3, like you think you're cleverer than me, dude.
You do media, Eddie.
Yeah.
Okay. You should be knowing the film stuff here.
Yeah. No, I do. I've said it on the podcast a bunch of times. The last guy I had on listing so many different films, didn't know them. It's quite bad. I probably should do more research. So uni, Ollie, is there any like kind of mistakes or anything you went through and you're like, guys, don't do this, you know, don't do that, or do this, definitely do that. You've said society's the one.
Stay on top of your work.
Right.
Yeah. I've had a few points where basically I've been cramming in learning all of the content like a few weeks before the exams, which, you know, isn't great when your entire course is exam based, because then you have no time to revise any of it. And especially I've had midterms as well, and like I've had no time to like practice any of the stuff before then. So some of them haven't gone as well as I know they could have done if I'd actually
I never thought I'd hear you kind of give good advice. That's good. This is kind of reinstalling like,
I mean, it's quite obvious.
Yeah.
In all fairness.
It's just kind of, you know, when you hear a friend usually have a few drinks with and kind of have a few drinks. It's good to hear that you've got like actual morals and stuff.
Oh. Well, I'm going to put a bit of an asterisk next to this.
Okay.
I've known people that have basically just prioritized the uni life over the social life.
Okay.
And as a result, they've not really had a good time, because a lot of the uni socializing happens midweek and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot less so at the weekend. It is, whilst that's not obviously not ideal for your learning.
Yeah.
That's when people are going out. So even if that's not what you prefer, I'm not saying do it every time, but you are going to have to go out midweek. You know, if you're not a drinker, don't drink, but you know, you still have to socialize when other people are socializing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can't try and tailor it all around your situation.
Yeah, don't be selfish. For me, I think it was weekend stuff as well, but you're saying that most people kind of, it's a weekday thing at uni. People socialize.
Well, that's when a big bulk of the socializing happens, sort of thing. So, you know, I've done plenty of weekend stuff. Often not so much Saturdays, but I think that's just people are kind of worn through the money by then.
Working week by week.
Like Fridays, I think house parties happen more at weekends. But like, you know, people did go clubbing and stuff. I mean, we done stuff like pub golfs and things like that on like Friday, Saturdays and stuff. But you know, a lot of it is like society. So there's like a sports society night Wednesday, but a lot of the deals are midweek. So people do midweek stuff. Like,
I guess you have to if you're really cheap, not really cheap, or lower money. You kind of just go out when there's like happy hour and stuff. I remember us going to that place that was actually in your halls. I found that really interesting. So in this like the village, Ollie, kind of the prison we were talking about earlier.
Well, only one of them was a prison. The rest were.
Fair.
Oh no! 2 were prisons. The rest were nice.
Right. So this prison one, it actually had a pretty cheap bar in it, and we had these like green drinks that I've never had in my life before.
The Green Monsters.
Green Monsters. Is that like a world like? Is that just a Manchester thing?
I think it's a Burr thing in particular.
Oh,
so like you get Green Monsters at other places, but they're different. Whereas these ones were like, it was a pint glass. Half of it was like some cocktail of some sort, and the rest was just cider of some sort. It doesn't sound great, but they slapped though, didn't they?
They did go good, and we had to down them. Like, weirdly enough, I think this is maybe a statistic now. When I've been in pubs with you, I have downed more drinks. It's probably getting close now. I've downed more drinks than sipped them and enjoyed them.
You're welcome. Oh no, come on. We did a pub crawl. That counts for a lot. But no, I found out when we went to the place, D actually just spilled it was him that was spilling all the drinks, and he just framed it on everyone else.
Didn't he frame that on me? Anyway,
Possibly,
who goes right? I've got a couple of confessions that we did last year for 2022. Now there's been some more coming out on Twitter. Would you like to hear some? And some of these don't have unis from, but we'll see. Okay. Right. My girlfriend is abnormally strong. My girlfriend is abnormally strong. We were playing wrestling and she pinned me down.
Right. Wrestling or wrestling?
What? Wrestling? Like,
should we just actual wrestling?
I think he means like play wrestling, right?
Yeah, but not.
What? Like
not
like
booking Eddie. Right.
You can't. Yeah. I don't think everyone has the same vocabulary. Everyone knows what. No, I don't think that's the thing, dude. All right, my girlfriend. My girlfriend is abnormally strong. We were playing wrestling. I get what you mean now.
Yeah,
we were play wrestling. Okay, we were play wrestling, and she pinned me down, but I couldn't get up. And yes, I was trying with all my strength. Now I'm scared of her. I feel like she'll beat me up one day. At the same time, I'm afraid to leave because she might get mad and beat me up. Dude, like, I just wanted to get you, and I read that out to meet you because I was like, have you ever been with a woman where you feel as if, damn, like, she could beat me up? Like, there's not a lot of people I've been with where I'm like, damn, like, I've never had to kind of.
No, and I'm kind of getting incel vibes there.
Yeah, like, maybe he likes it kind of, or.
But it's just like, wow, they're stronger, so therefore, I need to break up with them.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It's like. But it's kind of like, no, I mean, I'm not a particularly strong person.
Right.
I have been the stronger one in the situations I've been in. But it's kind of like, using his logic, what girl's ever going to date a guy?
Yeah, who's weaker than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this woman maybe this woman likes it.
No, but I mean, obviously, like, women are generally weaker, aren't they? So, like, using that logic, it's kind of like,
damn.
Yeah.
You sound a bit red-pilled right now, Ollie. Women are weak. No, I get you. No, that's funny.
Obviously, if you're concerned that they actually would beat you up, do leave.
Right. Yeah, sure.
But if it's just that, they're stronger than me, it's like, well, yeah, someone's always going to be stronger than someone in the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wanting to get in your head because I don't think I've ever been in bed with someone who's stronger than me. Maybe it's a close 50-50, but that would change the dynamics for me. Like, she could, if she had like a strap on, she could pin me down and have her way with me. I feel like maybe that's where the guy's going. He doesn't. That's what all it is. If you know you're the stronger guy, right, than the girl, you know that if shit hits the fan, you're good, right? But I think this is what I'm just looking at it from his perspective.
Maybe that's why women are more cautious in relationships. Stuff.
Yes, I mean, I didn't say that. I was talking about it from this guy's perspective, but yeah, I mean, that was quite a bizarre uni confession. But
if you're concerned that they might just pin you down,
right,
and forcibly put a strap on in you, you shouldn't be with them anyway. Right,
sure. It's just I always think of every possibility, though. Right.
Okay.
Right. What's wrong with that? It's 2023. People might have
I'm not judging that.
Right.
Why is that going through your head?
Well, because this guy was very scared he was going to get beaten up, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, you can get beaten up. Also,
but the thing is, right? Obviously, I don't know the situation. He could be beaten up because he's concerned about the person, right?
Right.
It seems like he's concerned that he could get beaten up just because she's stronger.
Right. Yeah, maybe. I think a lot of guys, it's just like also a height thing as well. If a girl's taller, no thank you. If a girl's stronger, no thank you, right? I think it's as simple as that. Some guys are like, most guys, right? Most guys probably.
I don't know, like that's like, I don't really think I'd care about a strength thing. Height thing's not something that's really, I've had to think about at all.
Yeah. So. This next one, I've kind of got a bit of a suspicion maybe you wrote it. Okay. We're going on to our next university confession from Anonymous 73. I had sex with my best friend's girlfriend in Freshers Week. Freshers Week in the UK.
That wasn't me. Definitely.
Okay, Freshers Week is like first week you're in your freshman year if you're in America. But here we go. I had sex with my best friend's girlfriend in Freshers Week. She was visiting from university and her friend was passed out after a heavy night drink. Her friend was passed out after a heavy night of drinking. We were watching the series Suits. Do you know that, Ollie? Suits.
Yeah, I mean, I've never watched.
Yeah, lawyers. I think it's like a lawyer's.
Is that the one that Meghan Markle used
yeah,
to be on?
Yeah. Why do you care about that? I thought.
Oh no! I was just. I think that's where I heard about it.
Yeah. No, I was just.
Don't really give a shit either way from there. Yeah.
They were watching Suits, and she complimented me, saying how it reminded her of Harvey Specter. I think he's like the main character, right? I brushed it off. 10 minutes later, I felt her body move a bit closer, and out of nowhere, she placed herself over my lap and started kissing me. I was shocked, so I shouted at her, and she was persistent and kept saying how she's always been attracted to me. So basically,
it seems a bit dodgy, mate.
Yeah. So he took her back to his place, and he's specifically listening here that they had hardcore sex. This guy's bragging a bit about it as well. You know, it's just a bit like, out of anywhere for it to be most acceptable, I feel like it is at uni for that shit to happen, right? You've got young people about everywhere, like everyone's kind of not got a schedule. You know, relationships, especially at uni, usually not that serious, right?
Oh,
this
I
shit
don't know.
happens.
You get a lot of serious relationships at uni. I don't know many people that have been in unserious relationships at uni.
I'm just saying, if you see a couple together at first year, you think, well, like, yeah, they could last, but there's a lot of relationships that happen like on campus, right?
If people come to uni with a partner, chances are.
Yeah, oh, maybe that's it.
Chances are they're breaking up, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know. But then I see a lot of people who've settled down, you know? You see those...
Yeah, I think it's kind of like if people get together like right at the beginning of uni, it's almost like, I don't know, probably not going to, but like if it's, you know, obviously that's not a hard thing, but like if it's like a bit later on, more to like second year or towards the end of first year onwards, you know, I know a lot of people that have stayed in relationships.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. No, I think you're having a very sensible approach to that. I was just saying how like uni kind of like seems like the cooking pot for most fuck situations.
Oh, definitely.
Every time nobody's got their parents there. It's the first time you're like 18, 19, your parents aren't there. So you just kind of go wild. I think, what did I do? One time I was in the top floor of my apartment. I was in the top and it was like uni apartment. And we had some dried out tortillas. And not me, my roommate opened the window and they'd turn hard, like frisbees, kind of. So he's like launched it. It went miles. Like it's the funniest thing ever. But
imagine if that hit an old woman.
Well, it got a close shaving to like a student's head down below on the entrance. But like
free trim.
That's something we had like a famous story one time as well where there was people climbing out the windows of a second or third floor to escape the police. Like so many at my uni, there's so many like police
was that like
breaches.
first year as well?
First year police breach.
Because of COVID shit.
Yeah, that was probably it as well. There's so many like underground parties happening.
But it was now like the police just kind of chuck you out and stuff.
Yeah.
See, right, that's one thing that I found really weird about like the American unis and stuff is that they all have to have like escape. Well, from what I've heard, they have like escape routes planned if like the campus security come, so that way they're not going to get caught with alcohol because obviously it's still illegal for them.
Oh, in the first year, that must that's so annoying. So they start uni in the same year as like 18, 19, but they can't drink. Wow.
Yeah, but
fair enough.
You know, if UK uni security caught you with something illegal, they'd probably just tell you to hide it better or something. Like
they'd probably just take it off you, tell you to hide it.
Yeah.
I knew so many people in my apartment that would just grow weed in their apartments, and it would get to a point where rather the apartment across from me got like 5 of them were drug dealers. And they all just got shuffled out. But what do? What if you're like good mates with your roommate, but he's like just starts growing weed and stinking out the flat? Like, it's so annoying. Like, what do you do, man? But
ask him to do it in his room.
Yeah, mate, they stink. That stuff stinks out the whole house, though. It's rough. Any more like kind of tips you got for the people? Or like maybe so you're saying go out on the weekday, it's cheaper. That's a good one.
Well, but it's also just that's when people tend to do a lot of the socializing and stuff. So it's just kind of, it's more, don't worry too much about only drinking at the weekends. That's going to make it a bit more difficult to socialize.
And I would also say, don't be too worried about if you're not into alcohol as well, because at university, there's also lots of other substances that you can do. So you can do what's that one called? Paracetamol. No, I'm saying
Calpol.
there's something. I feel like there's something for everyone at uni.
No, there's lots of,
and also somebody for everyone. There's all walks of life at most unis as well.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. Like when I was going back to societies, there's so many. That's a great way of finding people. But like, you know, schools, you're talking a few hundred people.
Yeah.
Our college was what, 2,000, 3,000?
Yeah.
I think Manchester Uni is like 20 odd.
20,000.
Maybe more, I'm not sure. Like, you know, you find people.
Yeah. Also, don't be weirded out if you see like if you're on campus and there's like a 27-year-old guy and you're like, "Well, I'm 18. Why is it?" There's these people called so they're doing postgrad. People like Ollie now who are like
I'm
really
not doing
old.
a postgrad.
Not postgrad,
No,
but there's people who look like they shouldn't be around 18-year-olds, but they're meant to be there, right? They're studying and they won't do anything dodgy because I think they're being checked. So I think you'll be all right. Really, what do you think about that, Ollie?
Well, yes, right. You do get all the people studying at uni.
I'm just letting them know, right? Was that said in a weird way?
Yeah, yes, Eddie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. I'm just saying.
But no, like I lived with someone in 30s last year, but it wasn't like weird. Obviously, you know, there's definitely differences, but like they're also like still easy enough to hang out with.
Yeah.
Like.
You know, maybe that's me coming from a place of trauma. I think I've come to the fact I kind of not kind of semi got groomed in first year uni. So there was this guy who was 27. He was kind of a bit older than me. Bit of a weird guy, but yeah, I started hanging out with him. You know when you like slowly come desensitized to how like weird someone is? Maybe a little bit like me hanging out with you. You kind of don't think they're weird until... I got a bit desensitized to it.
Comparing me to a groomer, I did. Thanks.
So it got to the point where I eventually started seeing my current girlfriend, Katie, and she pointed out to me. So it's, you know, sometimes it gets to a point where a friend has to point out to you, like, yeah, this guy's 27 and he's like, he just didn't seem to like act like 27. I don't know.
Yeah, right. I think it's a bit different when they're like acting like a 27-year-old, but like have mates that are younger just because of the circumstances they're in. And then you get people who are like, hey, you just trying to hit on 18-year-olds.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember when we were queuing up to that Freshers Club a while ago?
Oh, yeah, there were two like 30-year-olds.
Two 30-year-olds behind. There's this guy, and so this was a Freshers only one, and I suppose we just looked young, and I think we were in second year.
Well, it was uni.
Uni ones, yeah. But there are those guys, you know, just like take advantage of it. It's weird as fuck, man. Have you seen those videos of...
Controversial take from the Eddie podcast.
Well, I'm going to give you another one, Ollie.
It's bad.
No, have you seen pictures in Pakistan of women walking through the street? Crazy stuff. So in that general area of the world, this is paraphrasing, but the population ratio between men and women, men is a lot higher. And it's very interesting. This is just one video I saw, but there's just one woman walking and like kind of 13, 14-year-old boys are all just kind of in awe of what a woman is. And it was kind of like, in some ways, whenever like, when you're in Asia and then like a white woman walks by, everyone just looks amazed. It's weird as fuck. But I found that really creepy. Like I went there, I was like, well, I'm not really going to take, I was never going to stop by Pakistan. I might do in the future.
Were you ever going to go to Pakistan?
Maybe not. I don't know. But it just made me a little bit unsettling. Like if I was a woman, you know? Yeah. That's probably the most blue pill shit I've ever said.
Ginger as well.
Maybe I'd get stop and look because they just go like ginger. Because do you think if we're kind of like tourists, well, I think in a way, if we went to Africa, people would stop. I think people would stop and look at you and go, "What the fuck is that?" You know.
I reckon they'll have seen a reasonable amount of tourists.
Not people who look like you, though. You know.
But no, right, if I was going to a touristy area...
Oh, a touristy area,
yes,
sure. But
definitely.
Basically, this is me explaining how I love watching videos on YouTube of like people traveling and stuff, and it's incredible seeing a black person's first reaction to a white guy, because it's like, yeah, sure, they'd never see that, and I'd burn the fuck out there. Like, I don't think I could survive probably like 4 hours out in the sun. I'd probably just die.
No, yeah.
Like the weather here when it's sunny,
like factor 2000.
I don't think... Yeah. Would I be allowed? I don't think they'd let me off the plane. I think they'd go, "Yeah, are you allowed?" No, man. So yeah, I think we've kind of covered uni. it's kind of a thing where I enjoyed uni for what it was at the time, and I definitely recommend doing it. I mean, it's too late now if you've signed up September, but
it's like go next year.
Go next year. Oh yeah. Also, don't be rushed to do it at the same time as your mates.
Oh yeah.
Like fully, like don't take a gap year.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, gap year's good. I mean, if you're gonna do a gap year, have a plan for your gap year, because like it does generally seem that the people who like don't know what they've done, like what to do during the gap year, haven't had the best sort of times. But I know like plenty of people have like saved it up to go like traveling for a little bit or something like that. Yeah.
Because I think one thing I've been trying to kind of work on is a bit of patience. Like, I think I'm quite, whenever I want something, whether it's just like, I want something now. And like, I think that a gap, that's why I think for a lot of people taking a gap year is quite weird to them. Because I think it's normal at our age to not know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's definitely why it's like interesting. Yeah.
So that's the thing, like a gap year can just be good for like figuring out what subject you want to study, like at uni.
Yeah. Like go to the zoo, see if you want to do biology.
Zoology, even.
Zoology.
Yeah.
Someone told me they did that at work the other day. I was like, okay, man, what, you work in a zoo? Like, what?
Don't they study animals?
Oh, right, okay. So study animals. I thought that's what a biology, they work on like...
Well, no, biology. Biology could be plants.
Yeah.
Could be humans.
Yeah, it could be some, like, my penis, is that included?
I mean, that is part of biology.
Yeah, that's cool. So maybe you could, if you wanted to study that, you could go do that. Yeah. Are you now like, are you scared now that like you're going back as a fourth year that people look at, do you see a different response to you at 18 to 21 now? Do you think you look different? Do you think you look a lot older?
Yeah, no, right. I've looked at pictures of first year uni.
Yeah.
Look like kids still.
I think,
sort of thing, looking back at it.
Yeah.
Even almost from the end of first year, from the start of first year to the end of first year.
Yeah. You look like you've gone
insane,
through it.
yeah.
You know, you're a bit withered now, man. No,
Thanks, Eddie. Love you too, mate.
No, I'm joking, man. No, I don't know.
Like a ghoul.
No, I think you just look. I'm just seeing you look more and more like your dad, man. It makes sense, right? It makes sense.
Thanks.
Your dad's a good man, dude.
She is, yeah. What everyone wants to look like.
It's kind of like you have no choice. It's kind of annoying, you know.
My hairline's receding enough, so
yeah. You want to give the people that, or like?
It's
that's not too bad.
It's quite bad. It's quite bad for the
I think
age.
the lines going back.
It's the fact that it's back and emmed.
Yeah, like you're doing a little advertisement for McDonald's type thing.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
Yeah.
I should get sponsored for that.
I mean, you are kind of. Did you look like the Milky Bar kid growing up? You're like a blonde guy.
I know you've seen the photo.
Did you ever dress? Did your mum and dad ever dress?
No, I never got dressed up like the Milky Bar.
I feel like a lot of people did.
Got dressed up like the Milky Bar kid.
Fuck, that was cool.
No, the Milky Bar kid was not cool.
Have you seen any of this recent stuff about like KSI's fighting Tommy Fury, man?
He's gonna get battered.
Yeah,
surely, right?
Surely he gets battered. I think he does. He does lose that.
Right. I know it's not this simple. Right, I'm not a huge boxing expert, but I am aware that it's not this simple. Of right, Tommy beat Jake. Jake has beaten not actual boxers, but actual fighters.
Yeah, sure.
Right. KSI beat Logan Paul. Right.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. High end. Quality fighting, is it? Right. I reckon he's going to get dicked by him. But he could do with it. Do
you think he knocks him out? Do you think?
No, I've not heard that Tommy's the best fighter in the world. But no, I don't.
I think his professional boxers are very good.
Yeah, well, obviously, right, good. When I say not the best, I mean not the best, like his
a professional
standard.
Boxer. Yeah.
Obviously, you'd beat the fuck out of me. So
right. Yeah. Sure. But you know, if you did want to come up and beat you, like in a way, I think. Wouldn't it be good if they beat? Because then you get a bit of fame out of it. You know, you could say you got knocked out. Yeah, you could sue them. I guess.
No. If you were boxing them.
Oh right, yeah.
Not a street
How long
fight.
are you lasting? How long are you lasting with Tommy Fury?
Like less than a round.
Yeah, you were gonna give yourself a round.
Less than a round.
Good. Okay, it's just. I would have said in seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think Tommy Fury knocks him out. Like I don't know. I don't think that'll happen.
No, but it would be a nice ego check.
It would be. I feel. Yeah, you've been talking about. You think. Well, we were having a long discussion. We had a whole fucking debate on how long the Sidemen are going to last for at the Wetherspoons. Remember that?
Yeah, no, it was basically revolving around if Tommy killed KSI in the fight accidentally within the rules of boxing, would the Sidemen disband or not?
Yeah, it was such an odd. It was kind of like you guys manifesting his death. It's weird as fuck. But yeah, so we're both saying Tommy Fury. But yeah, I don't really know who I'm rooting for in that fight. Like, I kind of hope KSI wins just so.
But you were a big Sidemen kid.
I'm a Sidemen kid.
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't Sidemen.
No, that is not a Sidemen. Is that some false advertising, Eddie? Warwick Uni.
Yeah, Warwick Uni, man. It's actually my girlfriend's top thoughts.
She didn't go to Warwick Uni either.
She's from there, so she just got it. Yeah, feels bad.
What am I gonna wear? Beverly Uni.
Yeah. Do you know the football team I realised was quite weird? Someone pointed it out to me. I used to play for a football team called Beverly White Stars. And there was I realised, like, there was no diversity in that team. And it probably wasn't a thing they did on purpose. No, I hope it's just the area we live in. I hope it's the area.
I doubt they had a racial policy.
But like, it was just a coincidence, right?
No, yeah.
Because I hope it was. But like, don't name your team that, you know, and then match it, right?
Oh, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I used to play for a rugby team, Beverly Braves,
right, where
the symbol was like a Native American and stuff.
Oh, yeah, isn't it still?
Yeah.
So America have kind of sorted themselves. Is it the Redskins? Which team?
The Washington Redskins became the Washington football team. Obviously, American football, not football. And then they become the Washington Commanders, which I think is a really bad name.
Right.
It's just, I prefer they'd have left it as not the Redskins, but as the Washington football team. And then I think it was the Cleveland Indians have changed the name in baseball. And
what are they now?
No idea.
It hasn't really translated to Beverly, East Yorkshire now, the whole issue. But maybe we should voice it to them. Should we go and tell them about it?
Start a protest.
Yeah, like
Beverage.
Just start like a 12-year-old's like game is on and we're just like stop the fucking
pitch invasion.
It is weird, man, because I think going from a predominantly like white area to then uni, like it really did kind of like make
uni not like largely white or.
Nah, I'd say it's a lot of Asian. A lot of Asian people go there. A lot of it's really mixed.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's a lot of international students at mine, but other than that, it's still mostly
predominantly white. I think it's predominantly white, and maybe it was just because where we're from is like fucking what do you call it? Like milk, like it's so white where it's from, right? So just going there was like it was like as milk as it comes, right? So yeah, it was good. I think uni kind of like. The way I describe it is I kind of like it was open book, like I could do it made me think like I could go anywhere, whereas like growing up here I had a very much thing of like this is where I am, this is where I'll be for the rest of my I don't know.
Did you think you were going to say here for ages?
I don't know, man,
because I always kind of had like I want to go to uni, I want to move, go somewhere else.
I did want to move, go somewhere else, but I had the fear of like just being stuck and not being able to do what I wanted to do because I knew I couldn't do what I wanted to do here.
But right, I think that's a great thing about going to uni as well, is that like it kind of takes away that fear of moving out somewhere else. Well, it doesn't take it away, it reduces it sort of thing. Like I think if you obviously, you know, you can not go to uni and then move elsewhere, but I think it makes you more familiar with doing that. And the first time you move, you get the safety net of uni sort of thing. So, you know, I have no idea where I'm going to be like next year.
Yeah, I've just started doing that now, going out of like the kind of safety net. It's good. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like when you go to uni, it's kind of like it makes you feel like you're living on your own, and you are, but it's kind of like a simpler version. Like a lot more things are taken care of you.
But also you have like a natural way to meet people as well.
Yeah,
because your halls, your societies, your course, everything like that. Whereas like normally you'd have your job, maybe people that you live with, depending. Well, obviously, like if you're moving in with like a partner or something, you know, there's you and your partner, but like that means that there's not that way to meet people in the same way.
And for me, I work on the till sometimes at my student shop, and just the different people you meet, like the different accents. Like this Chinese guy showed me like a Chinese note for the first time. I was like, I've never seen Chinese. It's just
like the
Chinese
currency?
Yeah, Chinese currency.
Cool.
Fucking, it's like an A4 piece of paper. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, man, I think the more you're aware of different cultures and different information, you can make a better informed decision on what you want to do. That's like an example. Of being in a small town, and yeah, you could be exposed to people from outside the town. You're less likely to be aware of it, right? I don't know. It's I've always wanted to know. I wanted to.
Yeah, it also like if you're meeting other people from other countries, it gives you a better idea of like whether you'd want to move to there and stuff like that. But
it's pissing me off, man, because my brother's moved to New Zealand. Now my sister's like, well, you can't move out because now I've got a son, and I go. It's like that's the thing. I've been. Yeah, I know, man. She's guilt tripping me. My sister guilt trips me all the time.
Just make her move as well.
Yeah, you move as well. Move. No, man. I've recently become an uncle, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I went to like a sensory place with him. It's fucking cool, man. These places have like adapted, dude. It's like a glow in the dark place where you can like. I don't know shit, man. But anyway, I was like I kind of thought I was on the spectrum at some point because of that though. Because I found myself like not engaging with the baby and just kind of getting lost in kind of what was going on. And, because it's for kids. And then I was like, oh, I'm enjoying this too much, right? So
where was it?
Like it was in Bridlington.
Oh no, right, no,
Bridlington, some sensory place, right?
Because there's a place, I think it's near Sheffield. What is it called? Like Magna's.
What is
something like that? And it is basically it's not designed for like babies, but it's like designed for kids, and it's like all to do with like the elements.
Yeah.
But like an air bit where we just like fucking like blast air in your face, and like I think there's an earthquake bit where you basically you're on a plate and it just fucking wobbles all over the place.
But I think, uni, for us anyway, better than sixth form. I fucking loved uni. Uni was good.
I've had a much better time.
Uni, how can I say it? You can wear, I think another thing, wear protection as well. That's a good one to go for.
Don't need an abortion or have an STD.
Don't abort. No.
Don't need an abortion.
Sorry, abortion is fine.
But, but it's best not to need one.
But just wear the condom before, sure.
Or also don't get an STD.
Right.
Ideally.
Don't transfer that to anyone because that's bad. That's one of my biggest fears as well before we round up. Like
STDs.
Pregnancy, man. Just like a kid.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't know what to do with it, man. Like, like...
Do you want kids when you're older? Or?
Yeah, I think I do, man.
Yeah.
Do you want kids?
No idea. Because it's like, part of me is like, yeah, but I'm not sure if that's just because it's kind of like the default thing. Because also, like, I can tell even now that I just drain my parents' money when I'm back home and stuff. Because like they have to budget for like me doing stuff with them, like. But obviously there's like my brother and like it's so much money.
Money for sure.
And time that it's just like I can't just like fuck off and do my own thing. It's like,
do you think that maybe when you get 50 or 60, maybe it starts to get a bit lonely? That's the only... Okay,
all right. But would you rather regret having a kid or rather regret not having a kid? Because I think
I think they're both just as equal. I kind of disagree with you.
You can't have a kid and then regret them. That's horrible. That's awful.
Well, you just don't know. You can regret your own decision. Yeah. You can be mad at yourself. But you can't regret the kid, dude. That's fucked, dude. But like, it wakes up every morning. What the fuck are you doing in my house?
Get out.
Sorry, I didn't wear a condom, But yeah, man. No, I get you, man.
But the thing is, if you did have a kid and they're just like piping up about something, you could just be like, shut the fuck up. I shagged your mum.
Yeah. My dad's never said that to me, weirdly enough, though. No. I'm waiting for it. It's a good comeback, isn't it?
I don't think many people use that against their kids for obvious reasons.
Out of everyone, though, I can see you doing that. You being very kind of tit for tat with your child. No, I don't know. I think most people, like, if you ask me now, honestly, I don't want kids. But is it weird that I base decisions on what I know I'll want in the future?
No, earlier you were saying you were incredibly impulsive.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, but you can be. They're not mutually exclusive. You can be impulsive and want things in the future. They're just,
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, I have no idea whether I do, because it's like, I know that in the future it could be very different, but fuck no now.
I think most people, or like a lot of people, happens by mistake, and I just don't want that to happen. As long as that doesn't happen, and I'm prepared for it, and
just do anal, man.
Just do anal, man.
Sorts of problems.
Yeah. Talking of, no, man. It feels weird.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Me. Do you think you're a different person in a relationship versus not? Like, do you think that but like, do you think that part of you goes out, going out drinking, maybe trying to find someone?
Well, I mean,
that affects you day to day, or are you the same person day to day?
Day to day, pretty much. But I do think, like, when I'm on a night out, it does, like, even if I'm not like trying to get with someone on a night out, it is in the mind of like, oh well, if I started just talking to someone, potentially, but it's like, whereas like, but not massively. Like, I don't think it really affects.
Yeah,
I said but no, I don't think it I don't think it massively changes who I am. I think I just I don't know. I don't think it massively changed who I am.
I don't think it changes you at all. You're still the same person, which I like.
I think last time, first time round, it did change who I was.
Yeah. It just affects who gets hurt in the relationship, right? Some people could come out of the relationship fine, but then you look at usually it's just one person, isn't it, that gets absolutely. I don't know, man. I guess we'll learn that. We're just fucking talking about nothing. Sorry, man. No, man.
Cheers, Eddie.
No, I just mean that it scared me. You just kind of scared me with life. Like, what the fuck's happening, You seen the recent show about aliens? You think they're real? Just end on that.
Could be, could not be. I'm sorry, that is the most
podcast thing. I'm just hitting you with the podcast. Like, you think aliens are real, man?
But right, the probability of life is so fucking low.
Yeah.
But the universe is so big. That I'm not an expert on this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm more just
don't know,
an intuitive thing of like the probability is legitimately so low. But I think I heard I might be wrong, but I think I heard Brian Cox talking about it, and it was almost like there could be some life, but there wouldn't be advanced life.
Right.
Because the probability of getting things like us it's like that is just so ridiculous. So, and obviously the universe is so big, but it's even lower than like the universe is.
Yeah.
Big.
No.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just a classic I don't know because there's so many unanswered questions. I think that even re-asking the date of the Big Bang Theory now is being changed and debated, whether it being slightly earlier or slightly later, and there's a lot of different things. But I think it's just more interesting now because a lot more stuff's coming out in the news. That's the only thing that's changed. With the fighter pilot talking about the unidentified, like there's a commentary.
But a UFO could just be a fallen satellite and shit like that. A UFO can be absolutely anything.
Yeah, I know.
But if only we had stormed Area 51.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'd fucking love to go to Area 51.
It'll be like, it'll just be like hidden plane designs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll just be like preliminary plane testing and things like that. It'll be the most
just be a good night out. We'll go to, where is it?
Good night out with the boys.
Good night out. We're going to solitary, not fucking.
Solitary, no, we're not going to solitary confinement with the boys.
No, but then it wouldn't be solitary confinement because we're with the homies. It would be homie confinement. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. It's been a very kind of last minute thing. I'm still trying to stay consistent with this thing. Let us know if you want Ollie back again or that's the last time we have him. And hopefully we keep running after this episode. Anything you regret, kind of? Do you regret coming off? Yeah.
Every time I've been on this podcast.
No, and we're available on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, and Ollie is available every time he comes on here. Are you available anywhere? Do you want anybody to know where you are?
I don't really give a shit.
No, just do.
No, I don't need anything shouting.
He's quite an anomaly of a man. And
thanks, Eddie.
No, good.
Is that a compliment?
Would you prefer anomaly or enigma? What?
Anomaly.
Did you hear what I said wrong then?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Well, it was more that you stopped saying it the first time.
Right. Oh God. Sorry, you're going at my stutter now. I don't think I have one, but like there's some days where you fuck up your speech more.
No, I think we're both the same. Neither of us have the stutter. We just fumble.
We fumble about
words all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, if you see Ollie in a pub or anywhere like that, say hi to him, and because I fucking love that.
Right. Has anyone ever recognised you?
Yeah.
From it? Okay, because there was definitely a period.
Once I got recognised once on my birthday. It was
nice.
weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I thought my mates were taking the piss, but.
No, there was a point where I'd been recognised from it a few times, but no one had ever come up to you. Or anything.
Yeah, because your TikTok went viral, man. Not viral.
You were also on it.
No, but you were your
it's
kind
your
of like
podcast. You're the ginger. You send out more.
The things you say I'm bad, but I think you say more outright. Or
do you want me to out you? Eddie?
What have I said, dude? What, dude? Yeah, just the look. Should we just leave them waiting?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I was testing.
Do you want me to say?
Just please. No, you tell me after. I don't know what you're on about, but anyway, that's us gone now. And yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks for having me. See ya.